Yes, well, back with you. Hello again, Jim Burns. Well, I know it's been quite a while since I posted a repair video. Uh, at the beginning of summer there, end of spring, beginning of summer, it was cancer went into my lymph nodes, so the chemo drugs kind of put me on my butt. Didn't have the energy or didn't even have my voice for quite a while, but they've lowered the dosage of the chemo, so what we're going to try and do is get back to work, keep positive thoughts, and see what happens. So what we got going on here today is a Lionel whistling tender. This is the 6466W, but she's in bad shape. Front of it's busted out. Got some screws in the sides instead of from the bottom. That usually means the posts are broken on both sides. There's only one screw in the corner here, nothing in the other corner, so that post is probably broken. Got some good wires here, but we have to fix this, and the problem is she's not whistling. Alright, so I'm going to take the cover off here. We'll see if we can find a new shell for this. Shouldn't be too hard. We'll check eBay, and I don't think I have any in my parts bin, so we'll see if we can find one. So let me get this cover off, and we'll see what we can discover. Alright? Okay, we got the shell off here. It's in pretty bad shape. We got everything's busted off. The posts are all goners. So we'll try to replace this one. Took a heck of a tumble to bust all that out. Let me see. We'll see what we can do with that. All right. So here's our whistling tender. The innards look pretty good, actually. Get her back up on the track here. All right. So if we turn our transformer back on. Wrong one. That was the inner main. Okay, here we go. Alright, so let's push our whistle button here. And no. Dead as a doornail, huh? Let's try again. Alright, nothing. So let's try this then. I'll reach in here and manually activate our contacts here. Coffee grinder's working great, huh? Alright, so it's working manually, but not with the whistle button. Alright, so now what we got to do is investigate our coil here. And maybe open somewhere our wires are hooked up here. This one's hooked up to the contacts, goes to the coil in there. Let's see. This looks okay. That's around the stud there. That's okay. Yeah, so we know all of these are hooked up and working okay because we were able to activate it with the by manually lifting the plate on our solenoid here, or our relay. But all right. So next thing is I'll have to do a reading on our coil here, see if it's open. That's usually the cause of that. If it'll work manually but not with the whistle button. But just to prove ourselves, let's make sure. Alright. So our whistle button's working for that tender. Alright. So we proved that the whistle button is working. So we'll have to take a coil reading here and see if it's open. Most likely is. If that's the case, I don't have another coil here. But what I do have, it replaces all this with an electronic board. Let me grab that and I'll show it to you. Now, the guy that sells these, he says these are good for electric couplers or to replace a bad relay here and to activate your whistle on post-wars. So here's the relay here that would activate it. Let's see, we got a couple wires. And then here's his instructions that he sent along with it. More of a pictorial than a schematic, but we can use it. Wiring for the teledyne coil for the couplers, that's up here. And wiring for the AC whistle motors. Alright. So he says our red and blacks are going to go to, the red's going to go to the roller pickup. Alright, that's this way. Alright. And the black's going to go to the chassis. Alright, the yellow's going to go, looks like it's going to go over here to our motor. Green's going to go over to one side of the motor. Alright. And the other side to the coil, looks like. Okay, so this, we're going to take our green wire here from our board and we're going to go over to this brush. That would be here. And then the yellow will go to the coil, which is here, which is also under this nut right here. Alright, and then there's our other end of the coil to this brush. So this pictorial follows suit. Looks good. Alright, so we're going to do that. It looks as though, according to his pictorial here, we'll have to see. We've got to get it out from under that nut and take it straight to the board via the yellow wire. Okay, and then this one will get the green wire from the board. So he doesn't want that wire under the nut anymore, apparently. But we'll see. We'll commence to working on this and see what happens. Alright. Ought to be a fun little project. Sorry, I'm having a hard time catching my breath. But alright, let's try to work on this. I'll be back with some, well, let's see, my soldering iron or wire cutters. We'll get this all out of the way, and that'll leave room for our board to, maybe if we use double stick tape, and mount it to the side of our whistle chamber here once that's out of the way. Alright, cool. Let's try that. I'll be back.